Hello and welcome to Maths with Udom. I remain your online mathematics tutor, Mr. Okon Udom. So today we are going to look at multiplication of mixed fractions. Multiplication of mixed fractions. Okay? So that is our topic for today. Multiplication of what? Of mixed fractions. Of mixed fractions. That is, we want to multiply a mixed fraction with another mixed fraction. Is that okay? So that is what we are going to do. But let me quickly give you the tip in solving a problem on multiplication of mixed fractions. Of course, mixed fractions are also known as mixed numbers. We have three steps involved in solving any problem involving multiplication of mixed fractions. Step number one is that we change the mixed fraction into an improper fraction. That's step number one. Step number two, you look for possibility of cross dividing, okay, or you look for opportunity for cross cancellation. Okay, you cross and cancel. And then the third step is that you simplify the remaining fraction to the barest minimum such that there's no common factor between the numerator and denominator except one. Okay, so let's have our examples to buttress my explanation. Examples. Let's simplify the following fractions. Okay, so let's have the examples now. So we have number one, whole number 1/4 times 2 whole number 3/5. Number two, we have 2 whole number 1/3 times 1 whole number 1/14. And thirdly, number three, we have 5 whole number 2/3 times 1 whole number 4/17. So these are our examples. Okay, so we are going to start with the solution. Let's start solving them. Solution. For number one, we have 1 whole number 1/4 times what? 2 whole number 3/5. As I told you earlier on, the first step is to change all these mixed fractions into what? Into improper fractions. So let's change them to improper fraction. Okay, so 1 whole number 1/4. So 4 times 1 is 4 plus numerator 1, that is 5. So we have 5/4 multiplied by 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, 10 plus 3 will give us 13. So we have 13 divided by what? Our denominator. Okay, all right. So from here, what do? We look for opportunity for cross cancellation. Okay, what do I mean by that? 4 cannot divide through 13 because they have no common factor, but 5 can divide through 5 because they have common factor, and the common factor is 5. So what do? So 5 here 1, 5 here 1. So what do from here? We now have our numerator. 1 times 13 will give us 13 divided by 4 times 1 will give us what? 4. So we cannot leave our answer this way. We need to write the answer in what? In mixed fraction, because this is an improper fraction. So how many times can 4 go through 13? Okay, 4 can go into 13 3 times because 4 times 3 is 12. So we have 3 times. Remember what? Remember 1. 1 over what? Over 4. So that is our answer. 3 whole number, 1 over 4. Okay? 3 whole number, 1 over 4. That's the answer for the first example. Let's move to the second example. Example 2. So for the example 2, what do we have there? We have okay, now for us to solve this, we have 2 whole number, 1 over 3, multiplied by what? 1 whole number, 1 over 14. We change all the what? The mixed fractions into what? Improper fraction. So 2 times 3 will give us 3 times 2 will give us 6 plus 1. We have 7 over 3. 7 divided by what? Our denominator 3. Okay? Then we have 14 times 1 is 14 plus 1, that is 15. So multiply by what? 15 divided by our denominator here, which is what? 14. Okay, so the next step is that we look for opportunity for cross cancellation. Okay, so 3 and 15, they have something in common. They have common factors. Okay, all right. And so how many 3 can go in 3? 1. How many 3 can go in 15? 5. Let's look at the second part. 7 and 14 also have what? They have something in common. So we'll cross and cancel them. Okay, they have common factors. 7 can go through both numbers. So how many 7 can go in 7? 1. How many 7 can go in 14? 2. So the next thing for us to do is for us to multiply the remaining numbers outside. So we have 1 times 5 as our numerator. We get what? We have 5. And then the denominator, 1 times 2, we have what? We have 2. We can't leave our answer this way because it's an improper fraction. We change this number to a mixed fraction. How many times can 2 go in 5? 2. So we have 2 whole number, okay? 1 over 2. 1 divided by 2. And that is our final answer, okay? In solving this kind of problem. And let's quickly move to the last example, example 3. So what do we have there in example 3? We have 5 whole number, 2 over 3 times 1 whole number, 4 over what? Over 17, okay? So the first step, we change all these mixed fractions into what? Into improper fraction. Is that okay? So let's start. So 3 times 5 is 15 plus 2. You have what? 17 divided by what? 3. That is 17 divided by what? Our denominator. Is that okay? Then 17 times 1 is 17 plus 1. That will give us what? 21. Okay? Oh, 21. So 21 divided by what? Divided by 17. Okay? So the next thing we need to do is to look for opportunity for cross cancellation. Okay? So 17 and 17 have something in common. Okay, we cut them out because 17 here 1, 17 here 1. What of 3 and 21? 3 and 21, they also have something in common. They have common factors. Okay, they have common factors. So 3 here 1, 3 in 21, we have what? We have 7. So what do we do next is to multiply the remnants. Multiply the remaining numerator and denominator. So what do we have? 1 times 7 will give us 7 divided by 1 times 1 will give us 1. And 7 divided by 1 is the same thing as what? As 7. And that is our answer for that question. Is that clear? So let's have our assignment, okay? For today, assignment. So our assignment for today, simplify the following. Number 1. Number 2. Okay. Number 3. Number 4. And lastly, number 5. So these are your assignments, okay? Okay. So the first one is 2.5 times 2 whole number 2/3. The second one, 3 whole number 2/5 times 1 whole number 2/5. Number 3, 8 whole number 3/4 times 1 whole number 2/15. Number 4, 4 times 7/10 times 2 whole number 1/2. And then lastly, 3 whole number 3/4 times 4/9 times 1 whole number 1/5. So these are your assignments for today's class. Okay, do these assignments, submit your work to your school teachers for appropriate marking and correction, and then you get better by the day. We are through with today's class, but before you leave, kindly like this video, drop your comment in the comment section, share this video to everybody all over the world, and most importantly, click on the subscribe button under this video. Remember, to become a mathematician, you need to practice constantly. Until I come your way again next time, I still remain your online mathematics tutor, Mr. Okon Udom, and I'm saying to you, remain mathematically sound. See you in my next class. Bye for now.